back. Already the political aftershocks of the big NDTV exclusive, my interview with Ashok Gehlot, where he launched a direct attack against his main rival in Rajasthan, the Congress party senior leader Sachin Pilot. We're going to break down this big interview because remember, so far it has been a kind of indirect proxy skirmish between the two, pulling their punches. But now Mr. Gehlot has decided that the gloves are off. Let's break down the interview. We'll take you the main point by point, and then we'll analyze each point and the importance of what Mr. Ashok Gehlot is saying in this interview. Let's start with what Mr. Gehlot has said, which has already started to, in a sense, pick up traction in political circles and on social media, that he's repeatedly called Sachin Pilot a gaddar or a traitor because of Mr. Pilot's attempted coup in 2020 when Mr. Pilot broke off with a bunch of his MLAs to try and, in a sense, form a parallel setup in Rajasthan, which of course came to naught. That's the reason Mr. Gehlot says that Sachin Pilot cannot be made Chief Minister by the High Command because, as he said, Mr. Pilot is a gaddar. Let's listen to that first. नहीं, लेकिन अगर हाई कमांड ने ही ये अगर इशारा दिया था ऑब्जर्वर को कि वो सचिन पायलट के ही पक्ष में ये सब वो करें, सपोर्ट अगर इकट्ठा करें, तो फिर आप तो कह रहे हैं वो हाई कमांड के एमएलएस हैं, तो शायद हाई कमांड ही चाह रही होगी कि पायलट बने।
उनको तो नहीं मालूम था ना, वो कैसे चयन कर सकते पायलट को जो आदमियों ने भुगता है 34 दिन तक। हम जानते 34 दिन कैसे निकाले हम लोगों ने। हमें राज्यपाल भवन पे धरना देना पड़ा हम लोगों को। मैं भी शामिल था उसके अंदर। हमने इतना बड़ा सरकार बचाने का काम किया देश के अंदर।
नहीं, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, अगर हाई कमांड पायलट को अगर बनाने चाह रही हो, फिर
नहीं, उसको नहीं बना सकते हैं। वो कोई न कोई कम्युनिकेशन गैप हुआ है।
आप कह रहे हैं वो उनको नहीं बना,
उनको कैसे बना सकते हैं? जो आदमी के पास 10 तो विधायक नहीं है, नंबर 1, जिसने रिवोल्ट किया हो, जिसको गद्दारी नाम दिया गया है, वो गद्दारी की पार्टी के साथ में, जो पार्टी के साथ गद्दारी की हुई आदमी है, उससे कैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं या उसको कैसे उसको स्वीकार कर सकते हैं कोई लोग?
Okay, so this is the big first news point from this interview. Let's get quick reactions. We're going to get quick reactions on all these different points from Sanjay Jha and Tehseen Poonawala, political analysts. This point is what PK Nambiar, also BJP supporter, joining us. But Sanjay, first to you. He used the term gaddar 3 times in the course of just one news clip. What do you make of it, Sanjay, and what are the implications for this?
Well, Vasu, he is a very astute and a veteran politician. But at the moment, I think he's finding himself politically isolated. Frankly, if anybody has been a gaddar, it's been Mr. Gehlot. Let me call a spade here. He is the one who actually wanted to, as they say, have the cake and eat it too. The reason why he engineered the internal revolt within the Congress, Vasu, was to send a message to the Gandhi family that he will be both the Congress president as well as the Chief Minister of Rajasthan. When that bluff was called out, he found himself, frankly speaking, totally in wilderness. And that's the reason why today he's using the word gaddar so often against Sachin, because he's been accused by many people in the Congress
of
for actually
having done a betrayal. Okay. Tehseen, quick comment from you, because Mr. Gehlot does have without getting into the use of the language, when he says Sachin Pilot is a gaddar or traitor, he's referring to the fact that Pilot did attempt to break with the Congress in 2020 and the government was at risk. So is he justified in using that term or not justified?
No, nothing justifies the use of such language. In politics, you don't use such language, not even for your political opponents, least aside for your colleague, number 1. Number 2, I thought the hatchet was buried, so this language is unacceptable. Number 3, I know for a fact Sachin did not want to go with the BJP. Yes, he was disgruntled, there were things that went wrong. In hindsight, he should not have gone to Haryana, which is a BJP state, or had a lawyer represent him. I can understand all those points. But did Sachin want to go with the BJP? No, he didn't want to go with the BJP. Number 4, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. What matters is what the high command and what the party leadership wants. Again, no one should be under the impression that these are their MLAs. None of them have got these MLAs. These are the Congress party MLAs, and that should be kept in mind.
Okay, let's now go to the next point, because as you mentioned, Tehseen, that the allegation that Pilot was in collusion with the BJP, that's something which Sachin Pilot has, as you said, he has denied this. He said there was no such thing. But I put this to Mr. Gehlot, and he said he had proof of quite the contrary, that in fact the BJP and Mr. Pilot were in cahoots. He claims he had even proof of crores of cash being paid. Let's listen.
सिंपल बात है।
बट उन्होंने तो डिनाई किया है कि मैं बीजेपी से तो मेरा कोई लेना देना ही नहीं था। सचिन पायलट
नहीं, किसी को डिनाई कर ही नहीं सकता। वो पूरा खेल उन्हीं का था। 10 करोड़ रुपए बांटे गए हैं, मेरे पास प्रूफ है। 10 करोड़ रुपए बांटे गए हैं
सबको।
मुझे पता नहीं किसको क्या 5 करोड़ मिले, किसको 10 मिले, बल्कि बीजेपी दफ्तर से पैसे उठाए गए दिल्ली के अंदर।
बीजेपी दिल्ली हेडक्वार्टर से,
दिल्ली के बीजेपी दफ्तर से पैसे उठाए गए हैं कई लोगों ने, जो मुझे खुद ने उन लोगों ने कहा है। तो ये बात सबके सामने है।
Okay, so another big allegation there. Let's first for this go across to my colleague Akhilesh Sharma, who's been tracking the BJP reaction on this. Akhilesh, what has the BJP been saying about this allegation of Gehlot that BJP headquarters say, daftar say there was cash sent to Sachin camp, that the BJP was fully colluding with the Sachin camp in trying to bring down the Congress government?
Well, the BJP sources or the leaders I have spoken to, they completely deny all these allegations, Vasu. They are saying that these all are laughable accusations, and this is also a sign of internal bickering within the Congress party. They are saying that these two leaders of the Rajasthan Congress, Mr. Ashok Gehlot and Mr. Sachin Pilot, they do not see each other eye to eye, and that's why now it is coming in the public that that's how Mr. Gehlot is calling Mr. Pilot, his colleague in the party, Gaddar or a traitor. And of course, the BJP would like to, make it a big issue in Rajasthan in the upcoming assembly elections, that these two leaders are, how they're trying to bring down the Congress party in the state. And as far as these allegations are concerned, BJP leaders say that from time to time, many leaders make such kind of accusations, and Mr. Gehlot is saying that he has the proofs. So if he has the proof, then why did not he take any action? Because the administration or the police and also the intelligence and investigative agencies are under his control. So why doesn't he take any action in this regard? This is the question is asked by the BJP. As far as revolt by Mr. Pilot is concerned, BJP says that it has got nothing to do with whatever had happened in 2020. It's true that Mr. Sachin Pilot, along with the few Congress MLAs, had come to Manesar, which is a BJP-ruled state, Haryana, and it is alleged that their stay and their everything was arranged by the BJP. But of course, the BJP denies all these allegations, and so far nothing has been proved. They also say that this is not for the first time that Mr. Gehlot has made this accusation against Mr. Pilot. And when after 24 September episode, Mr. Gehlot had gone to meet the then Congress President Sonia Gandhi, that time also he had taken a sheet of paper where it was written 10 to 20 crore rupees and also the number of MLAs. So this was also in public domain, that how Mr. Gehlot has been making it a big issue against Mr. Pilot.
All right, thanks very much indeed for that, Akhilesh. So the BJP rebutting those allegations, saying that the Congress is losing the plot. Let's get Arvind in. Arvind, you had given us some breaking news saying that already some Congress leaders were looking at this interview and crafting what sort of response they should have to it. Anything more you're hearing from the Congress about the interview?
Vasu, Congress leaders did see the interview. They did note the interview. They have watched it, and what we are learning is that Sachin Pilot, who is also in Madhya Pradesh, he is currently in Madhya Pradesh along with Priyanka Gandhi for the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and then he, along with both Priyanka Gandhi and also Rahul Gandhi, will be walking the evening session of the Bharat Jodo Yatra also, which will start anytime now. So coming to the point whether Congress party will officially react to this, what we are being told is that there won't be any kind of a response from the Congress party, at least officially, on this particular aspect, because they don't want to make things worse, because what Ashok Gehlot has said now is something that the Congress party has not taken it lightly. This has not gone well in the Congress party also, because they didn't expect this kind of statement from Ashok Gehlot, because you remember during this entire rebellion that was brewing, that happened in Rajasthan during this Congress party president elections. At that particular time also, Congress General Secretary organization has written sent a notification or kind of a communication to all the Rajasthan Congress Congress leaders, asking them not to speak out of turn, asking them not to make any comments in public. Whatever they said, that the party is dealing with the issue and this is a sensitive issue, and they had asked them not to make any such comments. But now none other than Ashok Gehlot himself has spoken, given a strong statement, scathing attack against Sachin Pilot. So we have to watch, we have to wait and watch how the Congress party takes it forward. But it's unlikely that the Congress party will be responding or reacting to this, officially at least.
Okay, officially at least no response, but how long will the Congress party be able to stay silent? Let's also now go across to our panel and quickly get comments on that important allegation or that explosive allegation, starting with you, PKD Nambiar, that, the fact that Mr. Gehlot is saying that the reason why Pilot can't become CM is because he's a Gaddar. He took money, or his supporters took money from the BJP. BJP may try to deny it, but PKD, Mr. Gehlot says he has proof.
Well, I think if he has got proof, what was he doing from the last 2.5 years? One. Number two, I think you look at this from the point of view of the timing of this interview. I don't know whether you approached him or he approached you, whatever it may be. I don't know. जो भी आपने आज किया, तूफानी किया है. But I think one, during the Sachin Pilot, as we speak, he is participating in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The High Command, including the Mallikarjun Kharge, which is now the current president, he was the along with the Delhi. I forgot, Ajay Makhan. These people had gone there as the observers. And these people, Ajay Makhan has even already resigned. So there is so much is happening, and Ashok Gehlot is the in charge of Gujarat election. But during this election, when you are already on a battlefield and it is such an important election for Congress, he is making such kind of a statement that clearly says that he is on his way out on his own, like a Sharad Pawar. He is openly calling.
Is he in touch with the BJP? Is Mr. Gehlot in touch with the BJP? Is that what you're implying?
I don't think so. I mean, if you really recall, few days ago, the kind of comments which he was talking about, and I was traveling in the Gujarat, and he was also very, very actively. He is the one who is spending the money, everything in Gujarat against the BJP. So I don't think that BJP has anything to do with it. And from the point of view of Congress today, Srinivasan, that
I'll come back to the Congress. I'll just give me a second because I have PKD. Just a second. I'm coming to you because we have more breaking reactions coming in. Lakshmi Kant is there with us. Lakshmi Kant ji is BJP spokesperson in Rajasthan. Lakshmi Kant ji, thank you. आप हमारे साथ जुड़े. ये जो हमारी ब्रेकिंग खबर है NDTV पे, अशोक गहलोत जी ने बहुत भारी आरोप लगाए हैं. सचिन पायलट को गद्दार कहा है कि वो भाजपा के मिली भगत के साथ सरकार राजस्थान में गिराने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. इस इंटरव्यू पे, इस बयानों पे क्या कहेंगे आप?
देखिए, कांग्रेस का जो आला कमान है आजकल वो अशोक गहलोत जी की कुर्सी हिला रहा है और इसके कारण वो बहके बहके बातें कर रहे हैं. अगर वो उनको लगता है कि सचिन पायलट ने उनकी सरकार गिराने की कोशिश की बीजेपी के सहयोग से और बीजेपी ने उनको पैसा दिया, तो वो सरकार है, सर्कस नहीं है. अशोक गहलोत जी को इस बात को समझ लेना चाहिए. वो उनके पास पुलिस है, उनके पास एजेंसीज हैं. वो इस बात की अब तक क्या लेकर बैठे थे 2 साल पुरानी बात को लेकर? ये मुख्यमंत्री थे ना, कार्रवाई करते, अरेस्ट कर लेते सचिन पायलट को. आप जिन्होंने इस तरह के काम किए उनको गिरफ्तार करते. आप केवल क्योंकि अपनी सरकार बचाने के लिए जिस तरह की प्रोपेगेंडा कर रहे हैं जब से सरकार में आया तब से, ये आपका प्रोपेगेंडा मात्र है. आज कांग्रेस का आला कमान उनके साथ नहीं है. आज वो सचिन पायलट को सीएम बनाना चाहता है और सचिन पायलट सीएम बनने चाहते हैं. इसलिए इन दोनों की लड़ाई में ये कोई पहली बार नहीं है कि इन्होंने इसको गद्दार कहा है. पहले भी बहुत कुछ बोल चुके हैं और सचिन पायलट भी अपनी तरफ से बहुत कुछ बोल चुके हैं. तो इन दोनों की लड़ाई में पिस रही है राजस्थान की जनता. वोट लिए थे या सुशासन चलाने के लिए, वोट लिए थे किसानों, महिलाओं और युवाओं की भलाई के लिए, और इन्होंने सर्कस बना दिया.
आप पूरा डिनाई कर रहे हैं कि कोई भी आपके भाजपा की तरफ से सचिन पायलट के साथ टच में नहीं था? हम
क्यों टच में रहेंगे सचिन पायलट के? हम तो कह रहे हैं ना कि अशोक गहलोत इलेक्शन करवाएं.
वो हरियाणा चले गए थे, जो एक भाजपा बीजेपी रूल स्टेट हरियाणा में उनको रखा गया था. वहां
आप अभी अशोक गहलोत जी गुजरात जा रहे हैं, वो भी बीजेपी रूल स्टेट है. जाते नहीं है कि हम किसी को रोक सकते हैं क्या किसी स्टेट में जाने से? वो अपने पैसे से अपनी होटल कराएं, वहां घूमे फिरे, स्वतंत्र है. हम रोकेंगे क्या उनको? अशोक गहलोत जी भी
तो क्या भाजपा, अभी चुनाव आने वाले हैं, क्या ये जो जैसे जिस किस्म के बयान हम देख रहे हैं अशोक गहलोत जी से और सचिन पायलट के अगेंस्ट, क्या इसको ऑलरेडी सॉ सतीश पुनिया जी जो आपके स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट है, उन्होंने ऑलरेडी इंटरव्यू को ट्वीट किया है गद्दार वर्ड यूज करके. ही हैज ट्वीटेड इट. इसको इज दिस गोइंग टू आपके लिए मुद्दा बन गया है ये?
नहीं, हम हमारे लिए तो मुद्दा है ही, क्योंकि वो राजस्थान की जनता को प्रभावित करता है। एक मुख्यमंत्री और एक पूर्व उप मुख्यमंत्री दोनों इस तरह लड़ रहे हैं जैसे कोई बच्चे लड़ रहे हो राजस्थान में। इससे प्रभावित राजस्थान की जनता होती है, यहाँ की गवर्नेंस होती है। आप ये लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की सिचुएशन देखिए राजस्थान की कैसे हो गया, 20 साल पुराना बिहार बना दिया राजस्थान को। तो आप इसी से समझ लीजिए कि इनकी आपस की लड़ाई मुख्यमंत्री बनने और मुख्यमंत्री बनने के लिए जो जिस तरह की लड़ाई चल रही है उसके कारण सफर राजस्थान की जनता कर रही है। और यही कारण है कि ये सचिन पायलट कभी बोलते हैं, कभी सचिन पायलट की ओर से भी थोड़े दिन पहले एक मिनिस्टर ने बयान दिया था कि अशोक गहलोत के लीडरशिप में इलेक्शन होंगे तो एक फॉर्च्यूनर में एमएलए आ जाएंगे कांग्रेस पार्टी के। तो इससे प्रभावित राजस्थान की जनता हो रही है, इसलिए हमें बोलना पड़ा।
ओके, कांग्रेस तो ऑफ कोर्स लक्ष्मीकांत जी कहती है कि भाजपा भी एक तरह से राजस्थान में एक बटा हुआ घर है, बहुत सारे गुट हैं, बहुत सारे अलग अलग खेमे हैं, बट उस पर बाद में आते हैं। इस वक्त आप हमारे साथ जुड़े, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जस्ट टू ऑल्सो टेल यू that we have been trying to get reactions from the Congress leadership to this interview, and we got some pictures, video coming in from the Bharat Jodo Yatra in Madhya Pradesh, where our colleague Anurag Dwari was trying to in fact get reactions from senior Congress leaders like Digvijay Singh and from Jairam Ramesh, but they were walking away. Let's play that for you. Okay, so there you can see Anurag. He's trying to share the details of this interview. He's trying to show this interview. In fact, you can see to Digvijay Singh, trying to get him to react. But Digvijay does not seem to be in a mood to react at the moment, shaking his head, saying he doesn't want to talk about this right now. Okay, but just coming back to you, Sanjay Jha, that, you know, when you said that Mr. Gehlot is the real quote-unquote Gaddar, I mean, the fact is that look at Mr. Gehlot's point of view. He's making also perhaps what should be considered an important point of political debate, that he's saying if Sachin Pilot was guilty, let's leave that word aside since that's a very provocative word, but if Pilot did attempt to bring down his own government as both party president and deputy chief minister, then why on earth should he be rewarded with the CM's post, Sanjay? You're on mute, Sanjay, sorry.
Vasu, don't forget that Mr. Gehlot filed a sedition case against Sachin Pilot. It was so outrageous and outlandish. And the real reason behind the Rajasthan gridlock or a crisis is that the Congress High Command, in this case the Gandhi family, used procrastination as a political strategy. That's never the way to solve a problem. I mean, you have Punjab before you.
I'll come to the role of the Gandhis in a second, but just answer me this question though, that if somebody was trying to bring down their own government, especially a senior leader who's a state president, then on what basis can they be made chief minister? What do you make of that contention by Gehlot?
Well, I can tell you one thing for a fact, that Sachin was basically forced to the point to where he had to demonstrate his angst, where he had to demonstrate his frustrations. And the fact remains that he had been totally marginalized. His entire team of people were being ostracized from the mainstream Rajasthan politics. That was his way of telling the Congress leadership that you need to address this problem. And you know, one thing, Vasu, please recognize the role of Ajay Maken. I know Ajay very well. Ajay is one of the most moderate loyalists of the Congress party. If Ajay has thrown up his hands in sheer frustration at the way Mr. Gehlot's dictatorial way of running Rajasthan, that is sending out a message that Mr. Gehlot today stands pretty much on an island. The Gandhi family, I don't think Mr. Kharge will be able to delay taking a decision for too long. But
you don't think Sachin, as Ashok Gehlot has alleged, was hand in glove with the BJP?
I do believe that Sachin was sending out a message to the Congress High Command.
But was he in touch with the BJP directly?
No. I think Sachin, if at all, and I can tell you, this is my own personal view, Sachin always has the option or had the option of creating his own political forum. I mean, he's got his own following in Rajasthan. Okay, but I think the larger point here is that Mr. Gehlot today has actually embarrassed the Congress party at the central level for the role of the Congress president that he himself sabotaged. You can't be more, kind of bizarre in the way you take decisions.
Okay.
And then he's now gone anti-Pilot because he knows that the Gandhi family and the Congress leadership is probably leaning towards Sachin to become the chief minister.
All right, okay, let's now play the next clip, because also just on Sanjay's point, Ashok Gehlot has denied that he marginalized Sachin Pilot, but let's play the next clip where Mr. Gehlot says that if Sachin Pilot had apologized for his quote-unquote revolt or his betrayal, then this rebellion just now would not have happened, and Mr. Gehlot would not have had to apologize to Sonia Gandhi, because it was in a sense under Mr. Gehlot's watch that these pro-Gehlot MLAs revolted. Let's listen into that. But I'm saying कि आप कह रहे हैं कि अगर ये मान लीजिए उनको पनिश कर दिया गया है, तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि फिर अब वो दोबारा उस पद के लिए वो एलिजिबल नहीं हो सकते, क्योंकि he has been punished according to you. तो अब वो सीएम नहीं बन सकते.
नो, वो तो आप नहीं समझे. आज जो स्थिति है विधायकों के अंदर इतना भयंकर आक्रोश है, उनको चाहिए था कम से कम वो माफी मांगते हाईकमांड से. पायलट उनको माफी मांगनी थी राजस्थान प्रदेश वासियों से. नंबर 2, उनको माफी मांगनी थी विधायक दल के अंदर विधायकों से कि मेरी गलती हो गई है, मैं चला गया.
उन्होंने माफी नहीं मांगी,
आज तक माफी नहीं मांगी. अगर वो माफी मांग लेते तो मुझे माफी मांगने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. अगर वो माफी मांग लेते और वापस वो विनोद कर लेते सब विधायकों को राजस्थान के अंदर, प्रदेश वासियों को माफी मांग लेते, माहौल बदल जाता. वापस मान लो वो नौजवान है, तो
आपको माफी मांगने
ये नौबत नहीं आती.
अच्छा, जो वहाँ बगावत जो हो गई थी,
वो नहीं होती.
फिर आपको जाके सोनिया गांधी से
सोनिया गांधी जाके माफी नहीं मांगनी पड़ती. पहले तो मेरा मतलब आप समझो.
नहीं, मैं समझ गया, लेकिन मेरा ये
खिलाफ रिवोल्ट नहीं होता. अभी जो रिवोल्ट हुआ है वो मिस्टर पायलट के खिलाफ रिवोल्ट था.
लेकिन क्या
एमएलए का रिवोल्ट मिस्टर सचिन पायलट के खिलाफ रिवोल्ट हुआ था. बाद में हमारे कई मंत्रियों ने कहा भी था गद्दारी है, गद्दार को हम स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे. यहाँ पर आप 102 जो एमएलए साथ दिया है, हाईकमांड का साथ दिया है.
तो नहीं, ये तो एमएलए कह रहे हैं कि जो गद्दार को स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे. आप भी इस बात को मानते हैं?
बिल्कुल मानते हैं, क्यों नहीं मानते.
आप भी कहते हैं?
मैं भी कहता हूँ कि 102 जो लोग हैं उनमें आप किसी को बना दीजिए, कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है. पर जो आदमी ने गद्दारी कर चुका है उसको हमारे एमएलए, मैं खुद भुगता हूँ 134 दिन तक, उनको वो कैसे स्वीकार करेंगे.
तो आप मान रहे थे कि कोई और बन जाए, यू वुड आप नहीं, अगर पायलट को छोड़कर आप तैयार थे कि कोई और बन जाए.
देखिए मेरी बात, मैं तो आज भी तैयार हूँ. मैं तो हाईकमांड का लॉयल हूँ. हाईकमांड तय करे पार्टी के इंटरेस्ट में क्या है. मुझे रखना तो मुझे रखे, मुझे एतराज नहीं है, मैं काम कर ही रहा हूँ. अगर देखे नहीं, अगर चेहरा दूसरा आएगा तो हम चुनाव जीत पाएंगे.
और अगर पायलट को करते हैं फिर
कैसे हो सकता है, उसको कोई स्वीकार नहीं करेगा.
सुनने में आया कि वो नहीं, आपने जैसे जाके आपने कहा कि आपको खुद जाके सॉरी बोलना पड़ा. इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं हाई कमांड इज नॉट हैप्पी विद व्हाट हैपेंड.
इसीलिए बात सुनिए, मेरी मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी वो,
क्योंकि आप
मैंने निभाई, कि मैं सीएम हूँ और मैं विधायक दल का नेता हूँ. और मेरे रहते हुए विधायक लोगों ने स्वीकार नहीं किया मीटिंग में आना. तो रिवोल्ट नहीं था, वो हाईकमांड के प्रति उनकी पूरी आस्था थी, लॉयल्टी थी, उनका गुस्सा था.
Okay, let's get reactions from Tehseen Poonawalla. So, Ashok Gehlot saying, Tehseen Poonawalla, that Sachin Pilot never apologized for what he did back in 2020. He didn't apologize to the party, to the MLAs, to the High Command, to the people of Rajasthan. And that's why, as he said, ye naubat aa gayi hai. This situation has come. First, A, do you buy that? And B, if he didn't, then was that also, does Mr. Gehlot have a valid point there? That the man has not apologized and now you're trying to promote him.
See, again, I don't know the conversation that Mr. Pilot may or may not have had with the Gandhis, because then Mrs. Gandhi was the president of the Congress. So what conversation he had, what explanation he had, I'm not aware or privy to that conversation. I'm sure Mr. Gehlot isn't. So this question of apologize is quite frankly hypothetical. The question simply remains this, that there is a crisis at the moment in Rajasthan, and many factions believe that the MLAs are there. Now, these are all Congress MLAs. A. B. There is an election in 2023. What best can you do to strengthen Shri Rahul Gandhi's hand and Shri Kharge's hand to ensure the Congress comes back to governance in Rajasthan? I think that is the only question. When you continue bickering, particularly in public, particularly on camera, particularly in front of seasoned journalists like you, I don't think that holds good for the party at all. Right. Not at a time when Bharat Jodo has to enter Rajasthan, because it sort of shows that you want to sort of push your way through, and that's not good for the party.
Okay. Last comments from you, Sanjay, before we wrap. What do you think, Sanjay Jha, is going to be the implication of this interview? What happens next?
Well, I think Vasu, full credentials, kind of justified for being a seasoned journalist to you here first, because I think the timing is frankly extraordinary. One, the Congress has to take a decision on whether they're going to go ahead with Sachin Pilot or with Ashok Gehlot. There's no third candidate, although that's what Mr. Gehlot will probably aim for. I do believe that the Congress leadership, and I think the Gandhis still play an instrumental role, are more keen to have Sachin and a new face. Otherwise, they do see major headwinds which could blow them off Rajasthan, one of the few states that the Congress party has.
Okay.
The third very critical point is, I think Mr. Gehlot is now basically thrown the gauntlet. He's basically telling the Congress party, this is where I stand and I'm drawing the line in the sand.
Will they change him after this? Or will they not? Yes or no?
I have a feeling that Sachin will not like to be a Charanjit Singh Channi. If he has to be given a chance to resurrect the Congress in Rajasthan, he would like to have it as of yesterday. So
all right. PKD wants to jump in. PKD, literally,
one quick,
very quickly. Do you think Gehlot will be replaced after this, or has he, in a way, defied the High Command and now they will think twice?
If they don't replace Ashok Gehlot, then the Congress does not have any kind of a standing, at least the so-called High Command. Number two, it is not a one isolated case. From the last 2 years, at least Ashok Gehlot has put up such kind of a body language or message directly and indirectly, multiple times saying that I don't care and I am the big man in Rajasthan. I am the face of Rajasthan Congress. If you want to be with me, I am okay. If you are not, and I'm not. It could have been, Congress would have thrown him out even during the crisis, the presidential poll time when he denied to.
Okay, you're saying. No. So in short, you're saying that the Congress has to act now, especially after this interview?
If they don't act, then the Congress have no face to go to the public anymore.
Okay,
while we were all talking about, you remember Bharat Jodo Yatra, when we said that it is Congress Jodo Yatra, but by the time the Congress Jodo is also now forget about it, Congress is going to break.
What about, we're saying instead of Bharat, what about Congress Jodo? But remember, as you say, if the Congress wants to act, they'll also have to risk the fact that, as Mr. Gehlot has repeatedly said, the bulk of the MLAs are with me. So that's the kind of Damocles sword or the challenge for the Congress.
But we'll have to leave it here. More than individuals and the leaders, the party should be the supreme, and Congress should take a strong stand saying that not required to be there. Ashok Gehlot is not required.
Okay, well, we'll leave it here. We're, of course, going to come back to this big breaking story on NDTV. Thank you all so much for joining us. But stay with us as we continue to track the aftershocks of the Gehlot no-holds-barred interview.